Bald eye, scallywag, you ain't got a single lash, you naked. Oh, oh, you naked.
These are dream rules. This is someone else. I'm not myself. No, no.
Okay, so I am just getting settled in, and y'all know that saying, whatever you say you are in life will be tested. Baby, I'm failing them tests. I'm failing them tests because, I work in the school, obviously, and it's a school zone. You can't drive more than 25 in the school zone. So, I won't even say a lot, but sometimes sorry, I'm logging in. And they keep making us change the password, so I can't remember it. Here we go. But we have a cop sitting out in our parking lot. And I talk about how I'm growing. I talk about how I'm doing better. And I am in a lot of ways, but my visceral, knee-jerk, immediate reaction every time I see a cop is just an eye roll. And I'm literally rolling my eyes and I'm pulling into the parking lot. I don't even want to really take a good look at him because I think I've shared that I've been pulled over, like, I don't even know. It's more than 30 times in my little lifetime. And it be on some BS type of stuff. For the 30 plus times I've been pulled in, I've only gotten 2 tickets. Now, last year, probably toward the fall, I legit got pulled over for speeding, cop to it. I didn't even get a ticket for that because they were really just checking to see who's the driver and are you insured type of stuff. But yeah, a lot of times I've driven cars that weren't mine. I couldn't afford them, but they were higher end cars and whoop, 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 just steadily pulled over. I've been in different neighborhoods, whoop, 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 steadily pulled. Sometimes I've been in my own doggone neighborhood. I've been pulled over at my job. Well, let me take that one back. I didn't get pulled over. I was literally followed me all the way into the parking lot, watched me park. That still wasn't enough. I took my badge and I did a whole rainbow movement of swiping because I have to use my badge to gain access to the building, and the cops behind me. So I do a rainbow swipe to make sure that they can see that I belong here. I work here, so could you leave me alone a little bit? But then there was another time I was pulled over. My ex was helping me pack some stuff from one area to another, and it was just more convenient. Or was I packing? Oh, I might have been moving in. I can't even remember. It was years ago. But it was a rainy day, and he had his hood on. Because it wasn't full on rain. It was more so like sprinkle, but he had his hood on and he's helping me put stuff into the car. Yeah, I was definitely moving from one grade to another, and it was just easier to go from one outside door to the next outside door. So that's what we had done. Loaded up the car with some of my stuff to move it down. And I see the cop. The cop is passing by the school at first. I'm coming out of the door. My ex is in front of the door, oblivious to what's going on, because his head is down, his hood is on, he's doing whatever. I'm not in the rain yet, I don't have a hood on. So I see the cop as he's getting ready to pass. I see him hit the brakes real awkwardly, like to the point you can see the car rocking. He then makes a U-turn, then backs up so that he is now facing our car and the building, and I can see him radioing in. I'm like, oh, here we go. And it was not during school hours. But again, I have a badge which allows me access. And at that time, we could come and go and work for free at will. And so that's what I was doing. I was here working for free, minding my very own. But, I'm sure he saw a black man with a hood on and got one. He calls it in. And I just keep walking calmly to him. And I'm telling him, you need to take your hood off. He's like, what? I can't hear you, huh? Because he's a distance away from me. And so I get closer and I tell him, you gotta take your hood off. And I just take it off for him. And black women in the rain, we don't really get along, but I take his hood off for him. I hug him. I guess I wanted the officer to see that he is loved. He is, cared about something. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm hugging him. And I said, just close the trunk. We're not going to get no more stuff. We're going to walk back into the building. And so I said, there's a cop behind you, don't turn around. And he was very much like, whatever, no, you can't win all of these fights. So I'm like, we're just going to turn back around and go into the building. Then I do the rainbow arch again, showing I have access. The door, no, actually I pulled on the door first, and then I act like I forgot. And then I do the rainbow motion to show that I have access. And I then open the door. It was about time for me to get started. Bells are ringing. That's not the bell. It's a warning bell. But anyway, I do that. We go into my room, and you know how you have a window on your door? So for some reason, I was about to cover it, and I thought, no, don't do that. I'm going to leave the window showing, but I didn't turn on any of the lights. We ducked around the corner, and I just kind of waited and listened. Again, this is off school hours, so I can hear very well. When I tell you I was so shocked, I didn't know the cop, and it makes sense, but I just hadn't thought of it. I didn't know the cops had access to the schools too. I mean, they need it, given what goes on in America. And so I heard the click of the lock. And I mean, we both just looked like, oh crap. Pull out my phone and I dialed the 911, and I thought, you about to call the cops on the cops? It was like, it felt like we were being hunted. It felt like we were being hunted, and there was nothing we could really do about it. I'm sure if they could access that, they had a primary key. They could unlock every door. So we waited quietly, and we waited until they left. I did, however, call my principal. She didn't answer. She was my then administrator, because I was about to tell her, hey, we in the building. Is there a way you can call the dogs off? Whatever. But she didn't answer at that time, and then afterwards, I just kind of let it go. But I just wonder, will there come a time when I just don't have an eye roll? And I know, as a civil servant, that's what I consider myself to be, I know that cops have a good role in our society, but they have not done me any good yet. They just haven't. Other than, I will say, I live in a neighborhood where there is a cop of sorts, and their cop car is parked outside, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Maybe it deters some people. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but whatever you say you are in life, I swear it will be tested. I want to get to a point where I don't feel that way. It feels like this is my PTSD toward the people that I pay taxes to help pay, and toward the people who are supposed to protect and serve me. I've never felt protected by them. I need protection from them, and I've yet to be served by them. So anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. I got work to do. We'll talk some more soon. Hello, sunshine. We are on our way to a canceled appointment. Well, it's not canceled for me. I'm squeezing in on someone else's canceled appointment, which is a good deal for me because I'm already off work now. I was going to have to take off work for a personal business day in order to do what I want to do. But I'm already off today, and they called me and they were like, we had a cancellation. Would you like to come in? Why, yes. I'll probably be a little bit late, but that's all right. It's a cosmetic appointment. I'm ready to get some more Botox according to the calendar and all that stuff. I'm going to tell you, to be honest, I usually wait until, the lines come back and stuff. I feel just a slight tingle. I don't know how it works for anyone else, but I always get the slightest tingle when it's wearing off. And then maybe a month or two, sometimes 3 after that, I go ahead and make an appointment. Because I'm not that person. Like, there are some people, they want absolutely no movement. I don't mind the movement. In fact, I need my kids to know I'm looking at them like, what? But anyway, we're doing that. So I had to do, just a little quick look today, because I know once I'm out, I'm going to want to stay out. Doggone it. I just realized I didn't put not one stroke of mascara on.
Bald eye, scallywag, you ain't got a single lash, you naked. Oh, you naked. That's crazy. But anyway, it is what it is. I did put a couple of swipes of mascara on and some, it's not setting powder. I don't know what it is. It's, the one that's closer to your complexion. Yeah, I put some of that on because I am so tired of all these little freaking dots on my face. It doesn't really cover them, but it kind of gives them a little blur. So we'll go for that today. I've got a blush I'm absolutely in love with, but to wear the blush and have the blush show, I need to do more work with the concealer, more work with the setting spray, more work. And I ain't got time to do more work. Like I said, I'm already running late. So we're off to this appointment, get a little talk situation. After that, I'll probably do a little bit of browsing to get some shoes because I was looking through my wardrobe and I have a pair of Oxfords that go with my new purse, but just like a regular everyday shoe. And that's cool when I'm going for my more androgynous look or something, but I don't want to do that every day all the time. I wonder if Holmes would have been a quicker route. It's too late now, so we're just gonna keep it moving. But yeah, I would like to find another shoe that kind of goes with, again, I'm still not doing a heck of a lot of shopping, but we already talked about how it's important to have bags and shoes. Like, that's just what grown women do. We have a bag and a shoe, darling. So I need to look for that now that y'all know my thirsty butt. Y'all know my thirsty butt could not wait. And I just had to carry this purse. Does it match what I'm wearing? No, absolutely not. So what? What? So it's all in the fall color range, which honestly, today is like 60 some odd degrees. So it feels, well, that's the temperature. But the funny thing is, as soon as the breezes start, it don't feel like that so much anymore. It starts dropping down to the low 60, upper 50 feelings. But it's at least sunny and I get to wear bright colors. So I'm feeling myself on that, even though I still look washed out on this. And then when I do the color grading, it's still a bit washed out, just not as bad. And so I feel like I'm starting to settle for, well, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. I see other people and theirs is like perfectly clear. You can see their pores. You can see everything. That is super clear. I actually would not mind that because I'm not on here trying to pretend I'm perfect. I am going to give it a little wipe down. See if that makes a difference. Excuse me. Not a bit at all. Anywho, I'm just about at the doctor's appointments.
All right, y'all. Obviously, I'm at home and I was sitting here because I'm gonna do my nails. I've been bald nailed for way too long. I already have unattractive hands. They're unattractive to me. Someone recommended that whatever I do to my face, I also do to my hands. And I'm definitely doing that, only I've just started it. And I swear I do think I see a little bit of a difference. So thank you so much for recommending that because I never thought about it. My facial products touch the palms and the fingertips of my hands. They have not been going on the back. But I'm now much more deliberate about rubbing and pressing it all in and stuff. But I have my father's hands. Love my father down, but do not like his hands, like the darkened knuckles, the darkened elbows. I also have that. I've been exfoliating my elbows more, but I haven't treated them like my face. I probably should. Baby steps. But yeah, my father's knuckles are dark. His knuckles are very pronounced, and his nail bed. I should say was. My father passed away. His nail bed is still alive in my mind. Is very short. On my mother, though, my mother has gorgeous, even tone hand, slim fingers. Even as she's gotten older, her hands still look nice. I was, as soon as I knew I had a little girl, of course, we count the toes, we count the fingers, and then I looked and I was like, oh, she has my mother's hands. So she also has a long nail bed. Like for me to get my nails to even just look about as long as theirs do when theirs are short, I have to grow mine out a good 1/4 of an inch or so. But yeah, got my daddy's hands. But anyway, I still want to press some nails onto them because I think it's been probably a month or so since I've had nails. And And then I want to step out and about. I get these nails from TJ Maxx. I've gotten some magnetized nails. I already did rub my nails and file them down. I also trimmed them. But anyway, I've gotten some magnetized nails from Kiss and other brands. But this brand, it's hard to see because it's a reflection. It's called Nail Reformation, is the best in terms of the magnetized nails. That cat's eye look, like it's hard to get into apparently, but it's very pronounced. Whereas when I had the Kiss nails, yeah, it was there, but it didn't catch the light the way that this brand does. And they cost more. They're $12.99. Well, this particular one is $9.99. Price went down because I know I've paid $12.99 before for some, and people were like, "Oh, that's way too high." I agree. I do, especially when I see the other nails being much cheaper, and they're also saying that they're cat's eye and all that, but I promise you they are not nearly as eye-catching. I'll try to show you, but I don't know that it'll show up. Probably. I swear I stay with the dropsies. But anyway, yeah, they're really nice, and I just got like medium, and these are these Coppin? I can't remember the shapes because they're squared off on the tip. But I like them. I haven't worn them, but I like the way they look in the packaging. So anyway, I'm going with these, and we're gonna give them a try. I should put on glasses, just because I've already done my cuticles, but I'm at that stage and phase of life where, girl, I just need readers. It's that, or I'll be, what does that say? Do I like this shape on me? I think I do. But yeah, with my hands looking hyper masculine, I like to wear nails. I just have to slow my tail down and put them on sometime. But yeah, I want to put some on before we head out and go to, I just want to do some shopping because I want to pick up a couple pairs of shoes to go with that purse I've got. Yeah, let me get my glasses because there is nothing like doing them and then having just a little bit of nail sticking out and you thought it was all covered. That does not look good to me. I've seen other people with it and I don't know if they think we don't notice or how that works, but you know, they already cheap. I don't mind cheap. Listen, I'm on a school teacher budget, so I definitely, cheap is right up my lane. I just don't want to look cheap. That's the difference. All right, here we go with my little readers and sizing them up. Yeah, to me, the detail is in the corners and the sides and stuff. And as long as they really, really fit well there, you're in business. But anyway, meanwhile, I have not, where are my manners? I have not thanked those of you who are new here. I see we got some new friends to our little community. Thank you so much. Welcome to class. I appreciate y'all coming. I call my friends my classmates because I swear, at first I think I was saying classy ladies, but honestly, you're more like classmates because y'all teach me as much as I think I'm putting y'all on and stuff. I think, like I'm telling you about nails and all, I think I'm putting y'all on the game and y'all come right back telling me stuff. So yeah, we just classmates. That's what we doing. But yeah, I see some new ones and I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype me up, all the things. I never really say that during my videos, so I need to get better about that. Like, if I swear I drop one more doggone thing, what is my problem today? But like I was about to say, kind of like my mama always taught me, you have not because you ask not. So I'm asking that you please hit the like button and all the good things. Anywho, my last video, I've been experimenting with different times and things, and the numbers are not quite what I would like them to be. So that's probably why I'm remembering to say like, subscribe, and all the things. But honestly, I still get a joy out of this. The day that comes when I don't get so much joy out of it, that's the day I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down and walk away. I don't mind. But a huge part of this for me is just documenting my life because I want my granddaughter to one day see me as this. I think my mother, honestly, was a huge inspiration for me because the mother I have now is not at all the mother that I grew up with. And it's so hard to accept. For anyone who does not yet know, my mother has Alzheimer's And I want to say early onset dementia, all the things, and it's just different. It's a new life to which I'm having to adjust. Ooh, that's too long. But yeah, it inspired me to want to leave a footprint for my granddaughter. I want her to one day know this is who Mimi is, and this is the advice that Mimi has, and all of the things. Because there's so much advice that my mother had. She had some that I genuinely wish I had listened to. One of the key things she used to tell me all the time, and my mother, as far as I know, never dated a man of wealthy means and things like that. But she would always say, now, it's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as it is a poor one. They both gonna have their issues, and my mother used to curse like a sailor, but she would say they're both gonna have their issues and stuff. So you might as well have issues in the comfort of a beautiful home. You might as well have issues with the man who is providing for you well and all that. Speaking of provider men, so it popped up and I see that Shera Seven's husband passed away. Yeah, y'all know her as Sprinkle and all the things. Of course, I don't know her personally at all. I've seen some of her content, and I agree with a lot of what she says. I don't agree with everything she says because I want to say I was watching her once, and a lot of what she said to me, I took it as tongue-in-cheek. I took her quips and her smart remarks, and I'm talking like she's the one who passed away. Her husband passed away. But anyway, when I saw her videos, I took her quips and smart remarks more so as just that, just part of her being an entertaining personality and things like that. I didn't take it personally, but one thing she said that I always feel like people ain't playing when they say that, I want to say she said she does not believe in God, she's an atheist, things of that nature. And so, if I'm being honest, that slowed me down from watching her because, I don't play about that. So, but a lot of the lessons and values and things that she was telling women in terms of make sure you get your own, make sure that you make your time worth the time, make sure that you, request the things that you want in life and all of that. I agree with her fully. One thing I know to be sure, to be true, I should say, is men don't have any problem with asking for what they want. I've seen men with the nerve on the first date to ask for sex and things like they have no whatsoever problem with asking for what they want. And I feel like to some degree, we women are more so trained to settle and to, tolerate. I've known women who are like, yeah, I don't think 50-50 is realistic. I don't think blase skippy, and maybe they really don't. Maybe that's really true. But a huge part of me feels like they don't know their value enough. They don't believe that if they ask for it, they'll get it. So I think that's kind of why they just don't even ask. Because if you don't ask, you're not disappointed, right? You get whatever. But I tell you what, Mama wasn't lying when she said you have not because you ask not. I have learned that through my dating experiences and asking for things and getting those things, yeah. When you ask for it, a lot of times you actually get it. If the man is interested and cares for you at all. If he doesn't and he tells you no, yay! He just saved you some time. You can get on to the next guy who actually will tell you yes, mean it, and care for you. So, yeah, that's crazy. But some of the responses that people have been leaving, I must have heard my mother very well, though, when she said, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Like, it is nothing for me to just keep my mouth shut. So when I saw that her, Shera Seven's husband had passed away, I was like, oh, I'm curious, I want to see what people are saying. And, I remember going in lighthearted thinking, surely they're supportive. But they started talking about how she believes in witchcraft and all this evil doing and all that stuff. Now, hear me well when I say, again, I put limits on her for me because, that atheist thing, again, is just not something I'm going to play with. Okay, cool. But just because one doesn't necessarily know that there is a God, that doesn't mean that they're into witchcraft and all that. Like, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily on the other extreme. It can't, because I tell you what I know to be true. I know some people who claim that they are Christians, and maybe they are. They've been baptized, they've done all the things. Their word, trash. The treatment of other people, also trash. Their treatment of their family. In my own family, I know of one person. Did I put that on crooked? I hope not. Girl, I don't even like to wonder. I will pop it quick before it settles. But I've got a family member who spent a lot of years on drugs. And at various points, the family had to watch out for her kids. Me being one of the primary watchers. But we watched out for her kids. We did all of that. She got herself pretty cleaned up. And I say pretty cleaned up because she's gone through phases. Drug addiction ain't no pump. I look at it the same as any other sickness, illness, and all that stuff. So she gets herself pretty cleaned up. And baby, the person in our family that she used to get high, and I'm just calling cousin. So this cousin got herself somewhat cleaned up, and the same cousin that she used to get high, smoke weed with, I'm saying smoke weed, but it was more than that. Because I think it started as that. That's why, that's another reason. Aside from the fact that when people would roll that joint up, they all across it, that never appealed to me. But the other thing is, I've never known a drug addict, whether it's heroin, crack, whatever. I have never known one who did not start with weed. And so I'm like, if that's the gateway drug, and I don't want to go over to the greener pastures of whatever kind of addiction there is, I might as well close the gate. I ain't even gonna mess with the gateway. So in my life, I have not smoked weed. It just has not happened. Now, there was a night when I was in a motel and somebody looking for his wife had the wrong room, shut up the windows and all of that stuff. It was offered to me. I had it up to my lips and up, but I've not been that, I sound like Bill Clinton, but I've not been that person. Was it Bill Clinton who said I did not smoke, or did he not have sexual relations? I know he didn't have sexual relations, never mind, but anyway, I'm saying I have a family member who, once she got cleaned up a little bit, she would trash talk the other one with other family members. And I'm sitting here like, is y'all's memory short? Because mine ain't. Years she spent, as my aunts would say, smoking that stuff. But years she spent smoking that stuff. And then as soon as she found God, as soon as she became a Christian, she got too religious to claim her past or any of that, or affiliate with the other person who also believes in God. Like I don't know, that judgment stuff, that just turns me off so bad. I have been at churches, I've been a part of some churches, and the members have been the people who absolutely turn me off. Just the judgment, the cruelty, the meanness. God put it on my heart not to F with that person no more. God ain't told you that. God ain't never told you that. Like, you have to protect your peace. That much is true. But some of that stuff that they put off on God, I'm not buying it. But anyway, all of that to say that, I think Shera Seven was right about a lot of things. Men are quick to use a woman, quick to ask for what they want, quick to extrapolate whatever value and things that they can from a young, beautiful, supple, as they call it, woman, and leave her with whatever she asks for. So for that reason, I do believe women should ask for the most. But yeah, I probably shied away from her content. Now, I'm not gonna hold you. There are times when she's on and I'm like, oh, okay, pop, because she does a lot of lives, I feel like. It seems like anytime I'm on a break for a couple of days, she is doing a live somewhere at some point, so I can catch her. But yeah, she's doing a live or something. I've popped in, I've laughed, I've been entertained by her and all the things. So I wish her absolutely well. I believe in God and all of those things that come with. I believe in treating people the way you ought to be treated. I believe in studying what you say you believe in, reading the Bible and all of that. But people talking about her, that's what you get, that's you're into witchcraft, and I don't care if it ain't but 10% of those comments like that. I just don't understand it. That just seems cruel to me. I hope the people that are saying that are not also claiming that they're Christians, because that ain't how that works to me. But anyway, I'm just about done with my nails. I be loving y'all for keeping me entertained. I can't wait to see what some of the comments and ideas and things are that y'all have to say. But yeah, how many of you actually watch Shera or subscribe to any of her philosophies and things like that? I will say too that I was somewhat surprised. I think in my mind, she was closer to my age of 50 something. But others are saying that no, she's probably more like 44 to 46-ish. And I'm not saying that because I feel like she looks that much older. She just had a maturity to her. She was also married to a 70-year-old man. And so, there were just some things like that that kind of made me feel that she was a little bit older. But yeah, definitely, if she was 20 something, he would have had to be what, 50 something? Because I think they were married for 20 years. So 20 to marrying a 50-year-old? Oh, you got that right. She should have gotten everything that she got from that marriage. Absolutely, because she's bringing youth, vitality, face card, because she's still a beautiful woman. Again, I just thought she was older based on her content, not based on her face card at all. So yeah. Yeah, that's insane that some people would even say some of the stuff like that. That's beyond my understanding. But yeah, she's also, according to what I've seen, and people get to change their mind and she might change her mind later, but she's also said that she never plans on getting married again. I understand that. After living in my little solitude here and enjoying life as I have, I'm not gonna say I don't understand that. I do. That's another one of her points that kind of makes sense to me too. Dang it, I got the glue on my finger and I might have messed up some of the sheen of the nail I'm putting on. But yeah, sometimes I don't know that I'll get married again. I'm not opposed to it. It's not the worst thing that could happen. But it's not something I'm running, jumping, trying to find. I don't know. When I think of marriage, I think of course, companionship, a travel mate, all of those things. But there also comes the, like now, y'all, I don't even have a dog I come home to. So if I don't feel like cooking, I ain't cooking. You know what I mean? But it's whatever I want in my home right now. And I haven't had that in so long. Like to go from college to being a mom and marriage. And like I have not lived on my own like this, without having to answer to someone, without being accountable. I have not done that in a lot of years. So I love that there are a lot of messages out there for young ladies saying, enjoy this time now. Let me tell you something else. The messages that I've seen, one woman was saying something about how it would take her years to even consider, this is not related to the Shera Seven thing, but I saw it on something else. And she said it would take her years to even consider having a baby, because in her family, the way that it's gone, one, a lot of the women in her family were teen moms, and two, a lot of the women swear up and down their husbands and stuff changed after they had a baby. They treated them differently, like, you locked in now type of behavior. So she was like, yeah, it would take me several years before I ever considered getting pregnant. My phone way over there, I feel like reaching for it. It's closer to y'all than me. Can you get it? You can't. No worries, I'll get it myself. But yeah, she said she's gonna take her time with having a baby. And I'll never forget when my last ex and I, when we were coming to the conclusion, because I had already reached it before, I was waiting on him to come on to the conclusion too. I should say when he was coming to the conclusion that, yeah, this marriage is truly over. One of the things he said, it was almost like that Celie moment where Celie does the hands. He said, I wish I had gotten you pregnant. Now, mind you, he was drunk, but like they say, and I thoroughly believe that drunk tongue, it speaks from a sober mind. But he was thoroughly drunk that night. And he said, I wish I had gotten you pregnant. All this stuff you talking about, we need to go our separate ways and this and that and the third. And like he was going on. Yeah. I mean, he literally said it just like that. Yeah. Like you could tell he was having more dialogue in his own mind than he was having with me. But he meant every word, ounce, letter, and syllable of what he said. He wished he had gotten me pregnant. And so when I hear the young women saying that, and I think back on my history and past, it's kind of like, I understand what they're saying about protect your womb. I get that. So there are so many lessons that I think young women are blessed with available on TikTok and YouTube. And I heard TikTok over there tripping, so maybe I shouldn't say them. But
All right, so my camera died when I was in the middle of talking. I think I was just wrapping it up saying that my mother was trying to tell me it's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as it is a poor one. But if I'm being honest, I went through a phase where I started questioning myself and my own motives, never my worth, thankfully. But I did start questioning my motives, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about how much he has and if he provides and da 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 da. I'm really just going to see about getting a very nice guy. I guess I need to bring it in because I thought I was about to tell you about my outfit of the day and slide out the door. I cannot stand how pale I look on this. I am just so washed out. I've been asked if I'm in D-Log, if I've done this, that, and the third. I've done all the things I'm supposed to do to this DJI, and I'm starting to think, was I sold a faulty one? But then I know better because I've watched a lot of videos where they have to fool with the lux and they put something over, and I'm so used to my Sony. You turn it on, you record, and the color is there. But this is not the color. But anyway, I went through a phase where I just felt like I wanted to be sure that I dated someone who was nice and kind and all the things. And that's not to say I haven't dated men with money who were nice and kind and all the things, because I have. But this particular gentleman did not have any. And when I tell you the niceness that he was, like my daughter and I literally called him Mr. Nice Guy when I first started dating him. All the kindness and stuff that he was, that went away, because there's something that happens to a man who's not able to match your fly or not able to take you to the places you're used to going to. And sometimes things would come up in conversations, or sometimes we'd go places and we'd run into people and he'd be like, that look like, is that so-and-so? And then as men do, they'll come up, hey girl, how you doing? They want to do something to make sure that it is known that they know you. It ain't no, hi, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. And so he'd be like, do you know him? I was like, yeah, we kicked it for a little while. We dated, whatever. And to be clear, a lot of times me dating is just that. It was not laying down and, doing cartwheels in the bedroom. But there's just something that happened to his spirit to me that became meaner. And this is also someone I talked about too, where, the previous woman he was with, not a lot of men were attracted to them. I don't want to just flat out keep calling her unattractive or anything like that. But she didn't garner a lot of attention, and he was used to that. In fact, he was used to being the person who garnered a lot of the attention. And I'll never forget, he even got upset once when someone said something about, where's your better half? He was like, what makes you better? What makes you? And it's like, nothing. That's just an expression. And he was upset about that. But yeah, it was just a lot of things that came about. And it made it clear to me that there's a certain level of energy, and there's a certain level period of guy that is going to be cool with me. And that's not because I think I'm hecka fly or I'm this, that, and the third. It's just that way. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even explain it for real. It's just that way. But anyway, I hope I finished that thought. But getting ready to go out of the door with my little cheap e.l.f. What do you call this? Lip liner. And I just tracing my lips, because I feel like my lips were looking pretty washed out before. So I do that, and then I come right back with my e.l.f. e.l.f. be that girl for me sometimes. I'm lying. This ain't e.l.f. This is NYX this time, NYX. But little clear gloss in the middle. I feel like it just gives my lips more definition. So y'all have seen the outfit of the day. And what purse is she carrying? Come on, y'all already know. You knew it was going to be this one. Do I have a lick of this color anywhere on my body? No. She's wearing tan. She's wearing navy. She's wearing brown. She's wearing... Where did I get all this from? I can't even remember. This probably is a thrifted sweater, Walmart mock turtleneck. The shorts I remember getting from the men's department of Target, and the boots are, they're hecka old. But I feel like I got them off of Groupon, because back before I was an Amazon shopper, Groupon was that girl. I have this purse that I already talked about from Amazon. And what I'm excited to do is I want to go out and I want to see whether or not I can find some shoes to kind of go with it too. And then y'all, because it is getting on later-ish afternoon, this is what I'm wearing now. And in the event, oh, I hope I don't make a whole bunch of noise. Let me just move this over. In fact, we can just hold it. In the event that I go out for some music or something later, I have not tried this combo before, but as soon as I put it on, baby, I was feeling like the Mac. I don't know. But I thought this is kind of cute. And it switches the look up. I feel like it takes it more so from the daytime running around that I'm doing, and it gives it more of a nighttime vibe and flow, you know? Like, yeah. What are we doing? Where are we going? We listening to music? We listening to jazz? Let me grab the purse, do the whole full effect. What's up? Yes. You know, she feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, shh, because I'm feeling it. All right. So that's what we're looking like. Let's get out the door and see about finding some shoes to go with this purse. All right. I'm trying to hurry up because right when I was on my way out the door, my girlfriend called to see if I went to grab a bite to eat and then go listen to music. So coming in, I do not see anything in the color I want. I remember this shoe. I got this at Target for, it was like $19, and some of the times I'd see it on sale for even cheaper. Originally, getting a bite to eat wasn't on the bingo card. All right, so we're stepping in Ross, and I can already see, oh, these are slim pickings. She is not gonna have luck here. Now, 8.5 is my size, but I'm just not seeing. Well, hold the press. What's this? Oh, that's a patent leather. Oh, that's a cutie though. It's an 8. And when I say 8.5, 8.5 for sure in heels. That's a cutie for $20.99, really? It is different kind of leather, but dang it. If they had it in 8.5, I would absolutely get that. Let me double check, make sure y'all didn't stick one off somewhere. That is the biggest problem of having the most popular shoe size. Yeah, it's not here. But you know what? We live to shop another day. All right, let's go eat and listen to live music. That should cheer me up. Oops, one more thing. I gotta give y'all this public service announcement. I'm getting ready to head out the door and go to my stepping class. Howsoever, I want to read this to you from the travel agent. So far we've got more than 40 some odd people. It's really about 50. But anyway, we got about 50 people who have signed up for the cruise. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, but. Some of y'all ain't doing it the right way, but let me tell you this. So we reached out to the travel agent because some of you all probably have your own travel agent. You might have done it a different way, but it's important for you to know that if you do it that way, I gotta ruin the surprise. There's some surprises and things that we have planned for those of you who have booked with us to come with us. But if you're hidden, if you've done it from another way, we're not gonna know who you are, and we're not gonna be able to include you in that. And I want everybody to be included. So, we reached out to the travel agent, and I wanna read this information. It says, yes, they can absolutely be moved to the group, but it needs to be done correctly and sooner than later. Here's how it works with Carnival. Bookings can be transferred to your group if someone booked online or through Carnival directly or even through another agent. They can usually request, I don't know what request is, but listen. They can usually request to have their reservation reassigned to your group booking number. Listen again, the booking, I'm going to include it visually in case you're like me and you need to see it. But the booking number is SH14Z1. Timing matters, so they should do this as soon as possible and definitely before the final payment. Once cruises get close to sailing or are paid in full, it becomes harder. What they need to do,
Tell them to call Carnival and say exactly this. Here we go. This is a quote. I already have a reservation, but I need it reassigned to a group booking. I have the group number. Carnival will ask for the booking number, the sailing date, and the ship. Group booking code again is SH14Z1. Then they move it to your group. If they use a travel agent, they must contact that travel agent first and say, quote, please transfer my reservation into group booking SH14Z1. The travel agent has to release it to Carnival Group Department. Why this is important? Well, you can tell your group if they don't move it, one, they don't count toward reward perks. Oh, that's interesting. Two, they may not be near the group, and we want y'all with us. Three, they won't be on group reports. And four, they could miss onboard credits or extras, and we won't have an accurate head count. And that's the part that matters to me most. Reality check for you as an organizer, and then they go on and tell us some more stuff. Okay, so I just had to interrupt, say that little bit, and now I'm out to go to my stepping class. Looking a mess, but we stepping in the name of exercise, which I usually don't like, but I can do this. All right. I was already saying I wanted to do my nails. Wait a minute. verse 2. Bald eye, scallywag, you ain't got no nails or lash, you naked. Oh, you naked. We're gonna leave it at that.